We're not really ready.
Okay, good. 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to All I Do Is Get Incredibly Frustrated at the current state of the London Underground network in London. I am Tom Elwes, and this is Ali Woods. I'm so angry I can't even say my own name. That's the level of rage I have seething through my veins. I just want to say, just off the top, fuck TfL and fuck Grant Shapps for letting this happen, you fucking prick. The Underground is currently working in Kiev, you cunts. Like, what's wrong with you? Will you fuck up everyone's day? Hour and a half it took me to get from Angel to Vauxhall. Hour and a half. And I didn't even make it. I was on a bus, got halfway. The bus driver said, you'll have to get off because the traffic is so bad. What the fuck is that? The traffic's bad because you cunts made it bad. And then I had to get a 20 quid Uber to get here. I'm not happy.
So if you'd like to cover Tom's Uber, please donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/ADIFPod. £20 we're trying to raise.
£20?
Tom's.
I want that back.
Tom's Uber.
Fucking fuck you. I don't know who the issue is. I looked on Twitter on the way here, and I guess it's quite a difficult, congested issue on whose fault it is. Is it the transport secretaries or is it TfL's? I get it. It's a complicated issue. But fuck the both of you for making it happen. Anyway, how are you, Ali Woods?
I'm fine, thanks, mate. Yeah, no, not bad. I got in plenty of time, actually. Got here early. I had a nice walk to London Bridge and then trains. It was all fine for me. No problem.
It's a real, you're in a real spot when it's like when Southern Rail is the thing that's working in the UK, When Southern Rail's the one that people are relying on to get around, that's when you know something's fucked.
Yeah, terrible. That was brilliant, Tom. Good intro. And I wish you brought that rage every week. This is like you at your best. This is like dodgeball when they say, you got to get angry. You got to get mean. And your Korean wife.
I know this is getting a bit LBC, but, it's
I'll say it again. Grant Shapps,
yeah.
You've let this country down.
You have. But you have. You have. You have.
Anyway, we've got Grant on today. Grant, how are you?
I'm a big fucking cunt. That's how he would be.
Tom Sobbins rolls in Grant. Tom. Let's go straight into it. I'm fine. There's nothing to report really for me. I've finally been able to do a fucking sketch after I've had a crazy busy 10 days. Busy with lovely things, of course, but busy nonetheless. And I've feeling good. I had 9 hours sleep llast night. I'm absolutely tremendous. 9 hours, mate.
I had 4, so that's why I'm on the old go juice.
Was that delays on the train? Okay.
I wasn't the only one cracking into a bit of go juice. Got to do this. Going to do this podcast. Off to a gig later. Can't wait.
Tough life. And then you've got, top it all off, got a bloody baby at home.
I know.
Nothing to look forward to at home as well.
I've really made that transition into cranky dad.
Yeah. What was your gig tonight?
It's in Milton Keynes.
Milton Keynes! Yeah. God help you.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
The thing is, you got to get back into London and then with no TfL, get home from...
Fortunately, the train goes from Euston, which is relatively
That's
near my
okay.
house,
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. So I'm fine, Tom, but let's get into it. So tube strikes, 2 days of it. Normally they claim they're going to strike. They'd threaten. And then the day before they say, nah, fuck it. We're all right. They're going to give us that extra 50p a minute or whatever. I don't know what they get.
It is ridiculous. I do get it. It's a complicated issue and it's to do with like pensions and retirement and driver salaries and stuff. But
sorry, I just gotta wake up there.
We do pay more for our public transport than I think any other major city in the world. I don't think any other city pays more than we do.
Yeah, happy to.
Yeah. So I think
do it again.
The bare minimum is you can have at least one line run. I mean, just one.
Yeah, but no. It's not that easy, Tom.
No.
But didn't it take you back to maybe lockdown times, a great walk of these great streets of London, these famed historic streets of London that have seen so much? They've seen the Great Fire. They've seen the Blitz, Waterloo. I think Travis Scott might have played here. There's loads that happened. There's loads.
Yeah. I remember Robbie Williams.
Sold out Wembley.
The Millennium Eye 2000.
Millennium. It's seen it all.
Yeah.
It's seen it all. And so do you not think, Londinium, do you not feel like you can walk these streets and enjoy the sights a bit more?
No, I tell you why I can't.
Okay.
Because everyone's rammed into buses and is pissed off. And it's like, honestly, I almost exploded. When on the tannoy announcement came on, they're like, yeah, basically everyone's got to get off because the traffic's too bad.
What a great...
It was just like, people were like, what?
What a great announcement.
What?
You got to get off because you're not going to go anywhere. Yeah.
Too much traffic, actually. Yeah.
But then did you maybe... You should have done a gig on the bus.
No, I was too angry.
But this is you at your best, Tom. I think that's the best intro this podcast has ever had. And look, that's not saying much.
No.
You know,
Almost nothing.
The intro is normally, hello, I'm Tom Elwes, and welcome to All I Do Is Brexit's happening and we're all fucked. I think that's genuinely the intro for about 8 of our podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and those were the good times. They had more listeners.
They're the best.
That's when the right wing people used to listen to us.
Best pod we ever done.
Yeah, so. Finally, someone's talking about it. But I tell you what, though, Tom, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You're here. You're safe. We're about to record a fantastic podcast.
Yeah.
I think it's tremendous that on Tuesday you were the only person in Great Britain who didn't know that there was a tube strike going on. And
in my defence, on Tuesday, I have had a new baby and I was very focused on that. I hadn't left the house in a few days. So, yeah, I was quite... Excuses. I didn't get there and I was just... I actually made it all the way into the tube station before I realised there was a tube strike on.
I'm going to read you out this as if it was a play.
Okay.
So we were talking about our clip before. So I've posted, has it invited you as a collaborator? This is at 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock, you come back to me. No, I didn't get an invite. We did mess that up. But thank you to GCSE Lucas for clipping up a podcast. Only took him 3 weeks.
Yep.
But we got one clip out. And
B+ on your media GCSE.
Yeah, we'll give you a credit. Yeah. Do you need a reference? So then Tom replies at 6. No, I didn't get an invite. Sorry, just seen this. I will be at Adif at 7:30.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
7:22. Oh, I'll message him back. We'll figure it out. See you in a bit. We've got a few people here already, thankfully. Thought it would be a washout. So I assume you saw that and just thought, Ali doesn't have much faith in this night. He just thinks no one's turning up.
Yeah. Thank you for everyone who came on Tuesday. Lovely night. Great.
It was a great night. Thank you to those who did come and appreciate it.
All those pricks who left just before the end, the posh people, and you guys were wankers. But
mate, yeah, they were annoying. I bumped. They were just outside as well. They just got out for a drink. Annoying. Sorry, and then they were really happy about the show. They were like, mate, it was a great show. And I'm like, it's not fucking over.
Yeah, pay up.
Sorry I'm running late. Tube strike ducked me. I assume that was autocorrect. That's at 7:42. No worries, 7:43.
No, I meant duck me as in like, I didn't even know it was happening.
They ducked me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss the start. Apologies. I didn't. This is at 7:49. I didn't realise they were on, and it's saying I'm still half an hour away. That's 7:49, by the way. I get back to him 7:54. I was going to have you closing the first half. Is that still cool? 8:05. Remember, Tom said he was turning up at 7:30. Should be fine. That's at 8:05. 7:08. Actually, to be safe, if I'm honest, put me in the second. Traffic is disgusting. 2 S's.
I'll tell you why I wrote that, because I checked City Mapper from the point I was, and it still said 40 minutes, and I was like,
nah, it's not going to happen. Okay, sweet. You'll be closing the show. 8:24. 8:46. Bit passive aggressive. I'm here now, but yeah, cool.
You know what?
7:30 was supposed to be arrival time.
If you are late, you know what's a really annoying thing? Is like City Mapper has really... You think you're going to be faster than City Mapper. So like it will tell you, be like, 58 minutes. And you're like, I'll do it quicker than that.
Yeah, no, you do. You back yourself. You back yourself.
Yeah, but that's because I'm walking. That's slow walking.
Depends how much walking time you've got in between each other. Yeah. If it's mostly stations, City Mapper has you. It's smarter than all of us. But let's read out. We don't normally do this, but let's read out a couple people with message from Vauxhall about Vauxhall.
Oh wow,
Tuesday. I would like my money back. Oh, sorry, we won't reply that one. We this is from Katrina. We loved it for sure. We will be back. Thanks for an ace evening. And from Marion, thanks for a fun night, and you were great.
Oh, lovely.
That's very kind.
I like how you said you were great, not Tom. But okay, I see how it is, Marion.
I didn't read out the full thing. Yeah. She sent a nude, but no, it's fine. Of course not.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No. Actually, to be fair, I've never had that, but I know you have.
I got some disturbing stuff.
Yeah, and I did apologise for it, so get over it. But yeah, Tom, let's catch up, mate. How you been apart from the tube strikes? What's been? How's the baby?
Good. Baby's good. Baby's happy. He's as good.
Walking,
as
talking.
Yeah, you know, he's
listening.
Genius.
Another listener. Another
he's
download.
Genius. With babies, it's very funny. Like if they do anything, people are like fucking genius.
What's he done that you thought was pretty smart?
Farted. No.
He farted, but it was in Beethoven's Fifth.
Yeah.
It's
like, oh, that's on
tune.
That's on tone, actually.
Yeah. How do you find the nappy changing?
At first you're like, ugh, and then you're like, yes,
get over it. Get
over it. Don't be a wuss.
Yeah. And what about with your baby?
That's just my nan. No, I think.
On 9 hours sleep, baby. I'm here. I'm ready.
Zing, zing, zing.
Zing.
Yeah. No, I think the baby. You just get over it. I think.
Get over it. Get over your baby, mate. It's just a baby.
When babies are small, their poos aren't like, you know, it's just basically like milk, isn't it? So it's not really.
God almighty.
They're just like little. It's just like a little like mushy stain kind of thing. It's really not that bad. The issue is when they start eating solids. My nephew, who they're trying to potty train now, but is still in that in between period. He is crapping like full-on human sweet potato craps that are like massive, and like that's disgusting. That's like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
So all that to look forward to.
Right. Okay. But
my nephew's a little bit of a terror. He's great. He's to get him into his primary school. My brother had to take him to church. You have to take him. You have to go.
Hosier.
Yeah. You still have to go to church if you want to get into a good primary school in London.
What?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. He says it's a piss.
No, sorry, I'm surprised you don't go to church.
No, I do. My brother, the heathen.
The Lord. Your brother, yeah.
He didn't.
Lord and Savior. And as always, on Native, we start with the Lord's Prayer.
Exactly.
Our fathers who are delaying trains.
I was doing some prayers on the bus.
Yeah, I bet you were. This is your prayers. Fucking hell! That's your prayer.
No, it was. Yeah. Can everyone just take a nail? TFL, you fox! You dirty fox! I hate you. Oh man. Okay.
Turn around like, hey, we'd really be good to have a good Samaritan at this point. Yeah. Who's with me? Anyone come to Bible church? Bible church. Where the church is there. Right. So anyway, so you have to go. You're going to church.
No, I wasn't. My brother was taking his son, my nephew, to church.
How do they check if you're in church?
Well, so basically, to get into the good school before you go, like the year before you start school, so at 4. But so from like 3 to 4, they like people start taking their kids to the church attached to the school to like kind of you have to like show face with the vicars and stuff. Okay. And if they can see that you're going and you live in the catchment area, then you can go to the school. And everyone wants to do that because they're normally good schools. But like trying to take a 3-year-old to church is like my nephew. I've been there before. They have to like bribe him with Pokemon cards, and like he'll lean into his mum. He goes. This is last week. He leans into his mum and he goes, "When I get in there, I'm gonna shout."
It's a terrorist. Though.
Yeah,
that's a terrorist.
Yeah,
and did he?
Yeah.
Fucking
so
kids are awful.
That's what I've got to look forward to. Can't wait.
But okay, fair enough. But what do the adults do? They just go there and pretend and go, "Oh, thanks, Father. That was a really."
My brother says he's like sat next to like a Jewish lady and like someone in a burqa. You know, everyone's just.
Well, he's on the bus as well.
Yeah. Everyone's just like playing the role for
someone in a burqa sitting in the church.
Yeah,
so good. Yeah. Just Father goes up and there's just all women in hijabs. Yeah. Just he's like, "Have I got the wrong venue?
Yeah.
Am I in the wrong place?
Did we lose? What happened?"
Exactly. Yeah. Oh God. Right. Well. Okay. Well, I'm sorry your week's been so hectic with the. With the
TFL's really
TFL and all that sort of stuff. But I hope you're okay.
I think, as I said, the underground is currently running in Kiev, and that's all we need to know.
That's all.
That's all you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. That is how annoyingly fucked up London is. Yeah. Ali, how was your week? Do you want to give us a quick?
Yeah, I can do. I had no problem with the trains because I'm not a moron, and I don't think I've talked to you, but since I saw you was when I was in when I was in Hereford.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Hereford, wherever that is, by Wales, apparently.
Lovely.
A 5-hour drive it was there.
Mm.
But it was a good experience, not paid.
Yeah.
Open spot, they'll say they have me back.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Open.
Yeah.
We just want to see you again.
Yeah.
And then we'll put you on the paid.
Next time we'll be here.
Yeah. No, they did pay me a couple of Mars bars. Yeah. But yeah, 5-hour drive with another comedian, Tom Toll.
5 hour there. And
5-hour drive and then 3.5 hours back.
Good Wow.
So
Okay.
you think you drove
8.5 hours. You could have
still
gone to,
quicker than
Mate,
it took you to get to Vauxhall.
I know. 8.5 hours of travel. You could have gone to New York easily. You could have got to the
Why
airport.
would I go to New York when I go to Hereford?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Great British holiday. People of Hereford, right? Never normally go to these places. I get there. I've been told this is an awful gig. What I've been told is there's an awful gig in Hereford. And I'm like, there's not 2 gigs in Hereford, mate. There's got to be 1 gig.
Yeah.
But there must be a second gig because they were lovely. First off, get to the theatre. I didn't realise it was in the theatre. So I was like, in the theatre. The main event of the theatre in Hereford, Bob Marley tribute act. Good to
White guy,
see.
obviously.
Yeah. Called Ian.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just in the back. He's like, in the back. He's like, just got to do my makeup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Are you on tonight? In a way, yeah.
Yes.
It's called Bill Marley. We're jamming.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, on this one, Buffalo Soldier. So, Bob Marley tribute acts. All white people.
Yeah. Well, Marley and the Wankers.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. But I tell you what, the gig was absolutely fine. Big shout out to comedian Tom Toll, lovely fella. Never really chatted to him before. Met him briefly once. Didn't even think he would remember. I barely remember. We chatted very briefly at this gig years ago. And but lovely fella. You're always worried when you get in the car with another comedian on a drive. You're like, is this going to be a radicalisation? Is this what this is going to be? Sort of them leaning over.
I've heard some good stories.
Yeah, going, women, you can't get comedy. You can't get gigs if you're not fucking women.
It's
or
not real
fucking,
comedy.
If you're white, you're fucking lowest class. And you're sitting there like, I just want to do a gig in Hereford, mate. Just leave me alone. But it wasn't one of those. It was a lovely fella, top bloke. He also was the Bob Marley tribute act. He was doubling up. Yeah, but no. So I did this gig way out in Hereford, and I've been all over the place. Shout out people who had said last week who gave me the recommendations to do in Madrid. After that, big downgrade. Yeah, Birmingham, then Hereford, then Manchester, and then since then been in London and been able to catch up on some sleep. It's been absolutely dream.
Nice.
And I said thank you to everyone who came on Tuesday to the gig. And I've been able to get out a sketch today, and thank you to everyone who's given the love on the sketch. Big shout out to anyone who does turn up to my preview in a couple hours time during the tube strikes.
All right, hey, people will walk. Pilgrimage to the woods.
People will walk. Hopefully. And then I've also got a preview this Sunday at 2 North Down in King's Cross. There's no tube strikes at the moment, so if you want to come down, you're more than welcome. So my week's been all right. Nothing major to report, to be honest. Just trying to get by.
Right.
Oh, and we heard a cough there. That is because we have. Well, I don't know how to introduce it. We have a producer who I thought was. I'd say it was the producer of our podcast, but has informed me that we're just one of the many podcasts they do.
Snake. A snake in the grass.
And has actually become a regular podcast producer for different podcasts.
She's just hedging her bets.
In it.
Hedging her bets and seeing what lands.
So, producer Phoebe, do you want to explain yourself?
Hello. Lovely to be back here. Oh, my mic's buzzing.
So already sabotage.
Okay.
Sabotaging our podcast. Sorry, go on.
This did happen the other day on other people's, actually.
Yeah. Do you think of them when you're podcasting here?
Really, honestly, I told you, jealousy and bitterness doesn't suit you.
It's literally my only motive.
The reason Horsley does comedy is to spite his ex-girlfriend.
My best work is vengeance. There are people who I've never met who I'm taking vengeance on, motivating me to keep going. Every time I'm a bit tired, I'm like, you can't let Seal get away with this. Anyway, so producer Phoebe.
Well, I'm actually quite concerned because whilst I've been sat here, I think I've got an Adam's apple.
What?
Stop trying to change the subject here.
No, honestly, I'm gonna put.
And do you know who Adam betrayed? Eve.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is grotesque.
What do you mean?
You haven't got an Adam's apple.
You haven't got. You look beautiful.
I can feel
you look
it in my
beautiful,
neck.
Phoebe.
Okay, I can still be.
You are the
beautiful
most
with
pretty
Adam's
and beautiful producer of this podcast.
Right, flattery is also.
I think
not
you've been
really
on
getting
TikTok looking at like body dysmorphia stuff because I don't think you have an Adam's apple.
No, as in, whilst I've just been sat here, I felt it. I feel like I've
Oh yeah,
got
not
an
been
Adam's
listening then. Jeez, just giving yourself a physical over there. Just doing a few COVID tests.
I think I've got an Adam's apple.
Okay. Well,
I think I might be a guy.
if there are any other listeners out there who also believe that female listeners who also believe they have an Adam's apple and you want to start a support group, Phoebe is looking for people now.
Phoebe and the apples.
It's not a big one, but I think maybe like an Adam's grape.
Right. Okay. Well,
Phoebe, you're supposed to be the voice of strong, independent women.
I am.
You've just come immediately gone, I don't think I'm look that good today.
Yeah.
I didn't say I didn't look good. I just feel like
Oh, really?
I might have an Adam's apple.
we're
Oh
telling
my
you,
God.
Phoebe, you don't have an Adam's apple. And even if you did, we'd still love you.
Yeah, take it from two blokes with low standards. You look beautiful, mate. You look very beautiful. Don't worry
People
about
would
that.
want to touch that
People
apple.
would want to. They'd want to do all sorts with that apple.
There'd be a weird thing for them.
Apples are in.
Yeah.
An apple a day.
Apple.
Yeah.
Keeps Doctor away.
How have you
Yeah.
been, Phoebe? Anyway, how have you been?
Yeah, really good. Thanks. We've been loving producing other podcasts. I'm joking.
She's not joking. She was coming before I came in here. She
That's
was,
producer Phoebe with a big Adam's apple. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's big old Adam's apple, Phoebe, everybody. I hope you're well, Phoebe. I honestly, I don't care that you you produce other people's podcasts. I think it's good for you. And Tom, we need to look at getting someone else in.
Yeah,
but enjoy yourself. But you've been okay apart from Adam's apple. You've been okay.
Yeah, really good. Thanks.
Fabulous. Right. Well, that's it. And that's
Lovely.
the end of Phoebe.
Right.
So thank you very much for your service.
Quick bit of news. We'll catch up slightly on the events of Ukraine. The invasion is still going on. Cities are surrounded. It's still horrible. The UK government are making steps to crack down on Russian oligarchs. The most famous of all the Russian oligarchs, Mr. Roman Abramovich, has announced that he's going to try and sell Chelsea before the government take it off him. So that's quite interesting. I don't know. It's what do you think of it? Do you think good? Do you think good to take it off him?
Yeah. I think Chelsea not only take it off them, but they should not be allowed to have anyone rich own them. They should go down as
I said, that who's the best Premier League owner we've ever had? Mike Ashley.
Mike Ashley.
Mike Ashley, get involved. That's
Yeah.
what you want.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a shame that he's allowed to get rid of all his assets and get all his money,
Yeah.
as much money as he can before fleeing.
Fleeing the country, that's it.
He's clearly all dodgy. I mean, he's written off £1.5 billion worth of loans.
Yeah.
And if anything tells you money's been laundered. Yeah, no, that's fine. Just keep it. Yeah, I mean, there's no way. Spending £35 million on Danny Drinkwater suddenly
Making
makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's insane. Do you know, I did not know this. I didn't realise how old he was. He bought Chelsea Football Club when he was 36.
No.
36 years old was when he bought them.
What?
Yeah, that's how young he was. I didn't realise. 30, because obviously we were...
No, he wasn't 36.
He was 36. He's 55 now, and he bought it in 2003. He's 36. So
What are we doing with our lives?
Mate, so, I mean, I've still got time. It was a few years ago for you. But, but 36.
30.
He's been able to buy a football club. Apparently, he
Nothing
started
says-
off selling rubber ducks in a Russian market. So
Right.
that's what we need to...
And then he befriended a certain person.
Oh, sorry, those the ducks had cocaine in
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Sorry. Forgot to mention that.
Full of bullets. So wow, that's crazy. I mean, that really does show if you befriend the right people
Mate.
on the come up. I mean, let's
I
be
thought
honest.
befriending you would help.
Oh, yeah,
But I still haven't befriended you. That's the
Once
issue.
you get close enough, I'll start dishing out the sort of oil refinery plants and what of the nation.
Yeah.
But that's it, isn't it? He just befriended Putin at the right time, and then when it all got broken up, they had to be like, well, someone's got to have the power plants and all the other things, and they just pointed at people and were like, how about you?
You can have that oligarch.
Yeah.
Which oligarch do you want
And
to
he
be?
was like, all right, I'll have it.
Who wants to have the power plant?
Yeah. Who wants to run
And it sounds
power?
like, who wants to be commissar of rubber ducks? Abramovich was like, I will do that. So, what do you make of it? What do you think? I mean, what do you think of the Russians' influence on our government, shall we say? Get more political. We haven't been political on this podcast for a while. Russian influence on the UK government. They are donors of this government. And
Well, they don't make the
even-
trains work. They don't make the
this
trains
is what I was
work.
going to say. Even with Russian threatening them, still doesn't make them competent. They still can't do a fucking good job when they've got fucking Putin going, you must do this. And they're like,
I think the pressure is mounting on the government to do something about the influence of the Russian oligarchs. And the Germans just seized Usmanov, who used to own a big chunk of Arsenal, not anymore, fortunately, his boat they just seized his yacht in Germany. It's giant, not just taking him off him. But I think good. Also, I don't get, Abramovich just said, yeah, I'm going to sell the club and then I'll use all the proceeds to help the people
victims
in
of
Ukraine.
war in Ukraine.
And then I'm like, well, why don't we, the British government, take the club and then they sell it, and then they'll make sure the money gets to those people.
Yeah, and then Chelsea becomes sort of a hat shop or something.
Yeah, that'd be great.
My main thing is get rid of Chelsea Football Club is my main thing.
Yeah, I think we all agree.
We don't talk about football much on this podcast. We keep it to a limit. Firstly, because me and Tom pretend to support it because that's what we're supposed to do with lads, but we don't actually know what's going on. Secondly, is because no one cares.
Man. I'm a Bowls man.
Yeah, Bowls man. Hey, gone are the days. But that is people of your age.
Yeah.
But
honestly, there's some terrific Bulls compilations at the Hurlingham Club. You can watch some bloody good bowls action.
I bet
it's a sport you can play into your 90s. Champion of bowls. I watched a YouTube documentary on it. He's like 75. What other sport can you play until you're 75?
75, it's very true. Have you seen the video of Barry from EastEnders singing at the Bowls Club? Have you not seen it?
No, I've seen him singing.
So good. I think he might have a mic, but I'm not sure. And he's singing something inside so shock, and he's just belting out, "We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway." And then it just cuts to like loads of 80-year-olds in the crowd just watching him. You know the way they look at us at Edinburgh, just watching him with no expression on their face. Yeah. Something inside so strong. So you've got to, guys, if you want to feel motivated today, if you want to get yourself going today, check out Barry from EastEnders.
I did see it very
on singing at the Bowls.
I did see a very similar video to do with elderly people staring, and it was if you think your life sucks, at least you're not the rock band on this cruise ship. And it's like a full punk rock band doing Sum 41 covers, like Into Deep, and like really going for it. And then it's just like about 12 couples scattered, elderly, completely silent, staring on a cruise ship.
But we've done those Edinburgh shows.
Yeah.
The thing with them, though, is that they actually don't hate it. They're so old and they've got no senses that they don't know what's going on. That's fair. That's not fair.
You didn't laugh because you're fucking deaf, mate, but actually...
that's fucking hilarious, mate. Yeah. But the thing is, they don't mind because they're just like, what else is going on? I'm just enjoying. I'm sitting down, and then they're always the ones who will not laugh and stare at you the whole time, and then give you 20 quid on the way out, and they say, "Well done," and then just move on with it. Well, they're just shuffling around. So fair play to them. But yeah, we don't talk about much of football on this podcast. Gone are those heady days where we used to have actual women on this podcast. Do you remember? Not Adam's apple Phoebe, obviously, but like
real guys.
Feminine women. No, Phoebe, don't shake your head. This is why she goes on the podcast. But we used to have women talking about women's issues, and now we've got the blokes talking about
football. Great. So it is very prevalent at the moment with everything that's going on, and it's a big shift. It's a massive. So Roman Abramovich, other than Ferguson, probably the biggest figure in the Premier League.
Yes, I would agree.
Consistent, kind of
him or Wenger, I would agree.
Yeah, the big guys that've been around that whole period of time. So it'd be very interesting. Also, I saw like ex-Chelsea players coming out, like John Terry being like, Abramovich was the best, and now people are like, but was he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, was he? But this is the thing: if your club is not owned by a despot leader, where are you? Where are you?
Wow. I guess you would be Man United or Arsenal.
Literally, yeah. You need either a despot, awful, human rights violating leader for success, or you need a sort of faceless American conglomerate who wants to change football so profoundly that it's not the game we knew before.
And suck money out of the club.
But they're the only two types of successful football club in the world. So we're all going to have to just go and support our local...
mate, take it back to the grassroots.
Yeah.
Going to get down.
Barnet.
Halifax FC, Barnet. Hi, Barnet. What Edgar Davids?
Yeah, mate, I saw him down there. He played himself a centre-back, got sent off. Player captain. 39-year-old Edgar Davids.
Great.
So good.
What do you think about people saying we should seize oligarchs' houses over here and use them to house Ukrainian refugees?
Yeah, I like it.
I don't know what that was. Anyway, but next section.
Ali, someone actually has said that they don't like how much you cut me off.
I thought you said they liked it.
Well, they kind of found it funny, but they found it nicer when there were female guests that called you out on it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're not here.
Yeah.
So, but no. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry. So you're saying we should seize Russian oligarchs' stuff and give them to Ukrainian and help Ukrainians with them.
Yeah. Well, the housing issue.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of chat. Should we rip their kids out of our boarding schools?
Rip them?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Just maybe not really.
What do you think
Politely
of
ask them to leave.
boarding schools? What do you think of like boarding schools and private schools and stuff?
Well, that's what I think. I think should their kids be allowed to be educated in our education system? I mean, that's a really hard line because a lot of people are arguing, the fault should stop with.
But is this just Russian kids? Is this just general
sons of oligarchs?
Well, I mean, they should probably skedaddle, I'd say.
Yeah,
the technical term.
But also, that's not necessarily because it's not a state school, which is publicly funded by the public.
Yeah. Fortunately, I don't think too many oligarchs have got their kids at the local co-op.
No, so that's what I'm saying. So it's not like.
I let me see your phone. Yeah. My dad will kill you. Yeah. Fair play, bro. Fair play. Okay. You win this one, cuz. Yeah.
My security guard. Yeah, I think it's a difficult one though, because should you be allowed anything to do with us if you're funding such atrocity? It's a hard.
I think a blanket term of if you're a Russian oligarch, just go back Russia.
Yeah,
I think that's fair enough. That's an acceptable form of xenophobia at the moment.
Yeah,
I think we're basically by proxy at war with Russia.
Yeah.
So it's probably, I mean, if you're against Russia, then fair play, stay here. But if you're pro-Russia, then you should probably just. Well, I don't say you have to be like arrested and chucked in jail, or whatever. But you should probably start the process.
But it's not even like we're doing anything as a country, though. It's not like Boris Johnson has denounce Russia or anything. So this is what I mean. Like, how
he has.
He's frozen. They've frozen Russian assets.
Yeah.
A lot of Russian assets.
And they're about to release a list. The reason that he's trying to fire sell Chelsea is because they're about to release a big list of oligarchs that they are going to sanction and put on this list. And then once you are sanctioned, you're done, kind of thing. I don't know. I think it was different. I think also they are being quite meticulous with this list, and the people, for instance, who have come out and denounced the war, Russian oligarchs, have been like, no, please, let's not do this, and have proven not to be a supporter of Putin, are not going to get sanctioned. It's only the people who have been proven to be helping the Kremlin, their finances and their business, literally giving them money.
Are you worried you might get sanctioned?
Well, one of my uncles is pretty dodgy.
Yeah, but that's not to do with Russia.
Yeah. I got an uncle who's pretty, whatever. Doesn't pay much tax, whatever. He's
to be helping the Kremlin.
Is
what happened
to
Dave?
To Scrooge.
I mean possibly.
On the Scrooge side.
Scroogey. Scrooge Wes.
Yes, from Scrooge Wes. No, I mean, I guess technically, but that guy unfortunately did die like 400 years ago.
Scrooge.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I know, Dickens. You don't
what?
say.
You're just dropping that. Oh my God. No idea. Scrooge is no longer with us.
No.
Christmas not going to be the same.
Exactly. It's all over.
Yeah. What am I going to do? Me and Tiny Tim.
It's getting weird. Okay.
Eating our chicken liver.
Yeah. From the local.
Imagine that though. You're just like, what happened to Dave? He was helping the Kremlin, wasn't he?
Yeah, gotta go.
He's fact.
Yeah, that'd be weird, wouldn't it? If people started getting like outed as Russian spies.
Yeah.
There will be spies, but like
no, there isn't.
Mainly in like the Home Office or like in the Secret Service or whatever. But there will be spies.
Yeah.
Currently being like, shit.
It's like Ian, Rachel, Vladimir. One of you's a spy.
I don't want to point names.
I don't know who it is, but. Rachel, pack your things.
Yeah, you're fired. That'd be good. That's how The Apprentice spices it up. One of you, a Russian spy.
Yeah. I mean, look. All jokes aside, and a lot of you argue jokes. I'm supposed to laugh at a joke, mate. We obviously do help throw our continued support behind Ukraine, the efforts in Ukraine, and hope you are safe and doing okay.
Yep. Seriously.
Yeah? Enjoying your tube network as much as possible.
Exactly.
I hope you're doing okay and looking after yourselves, and please stay safe, and we hope this mess... Again, I think it's been a largely positive week since of people allying against Russia, of people throwing their support behind Ukraine refusing to just be rolled over.
I did see a great tweet that was like, I think we're all trying to cancel Russia. It's like people using like cancel culture style, like take away their sport, take away their brand sponsorship.
That is funny though, the idea of like Putin going, this has gone too far.
Yeah.
If we are not to win ski jump in the Winter Olympics, there is no point taking back our sovereign state of Ukraine.
Yeah. Do you think like Putin has a man like tells him like how absolutely flamed he's getting in comment sections? Just
bro, no way. Munya Chihuahua's just come in.
He's nailed you, mate. He's
absolutely destroyed you, bro.
He's done you.
Yeah. Just some guy. You're polling very negatively on the Twitter. How is my TikTok?
Yeah. I did hear the radio conversation of there was Russian and Ukrainian troops, and someone had translated what they're during a battle, their thing, and it's so literally this is like they're absolutely just like flaming each other, just being like, your mum's a fucking pussy, like, you fucking can't, like going back and forward.
Did you see the Russian guy who tries to get into the nightclub?
No.
By funny media. He's just one Russian soldier, and it's like a club called like Tech Town or something like that, and it's empty obviously, and there's no one in there, and it's in the middle of the day, and he sort of just goes next to just behind the side of it, like he snuck up, like you're in Call of Duty in Warzone, like you're just on your own. He just goes up and sort of looks around, looks at the door, and he just sort of stands and looks at it, and then just starts shooting at it, door, shoots at the window. Sort of breaks the window, and then takes a moment, then goes up, and then goes to the handle, and it's still locked, obviously, because he's just shot a window. That's what he's done. And he's just sort of can't get in, and then he just leaves. Can't get into Tech Town.
I love the memes of like it's like the Ben Affleck smoking like meme. Yeah. It's just like the Russian generals who have to tell Putin that their tank got stolen by a farmer. Tractors just railing off a tank. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, we do hope though genuinely that you're all okay. Quick hyperfell, Tom. If you were in a room with Putin, and you had a gun, what would you do?
Oh, at this point, I shoot him in the face. Yeah, he's dead.
No, Tom.
Yeah.
Do not do
In
this.
the face as well.
Yeah, this is going to come back to haunt me, isn't it? Yeah. The Russian overlords, they're like, Tom, in 2022, in March, we found the video of it. You do the shot Putin in the face.
They're from Bangladesh.
Yeah. Nigeria, I thought.
Who knew that Bangladesh and Nigeria teamed up with Russia to beat us all? There are a lot of people in both those countries. So, that's they would have your head on the chopping block.
Ghana.
Yeah. You are the first dissenter. You are just fortunate it took us a long time to find this clip due to your lack of numbers of listeners. Yeah, they let you off.
We went through all the other good podcasts and got down to your podcast.
They let you off because it didn't necessarily count as hate speech because there was no one listening. So it was actually just considered thoughts. Yeah. So you'd kill him. Yeah, you wouldn't have your empathy wouldn't kick in. He was like, Tom, I'm a good man. Do not kill me, please. You're going to kill another man. You'll have their blood on your hands.
What's the scenario? Have I stormed the Russian palace with the rest of the soldiers, or have I just managed to sneak into a room and it's just me and him?
You're on the bus.
I'm on the bus.
Yeah,
and he's there,
packed, right?
Okay.
And then the driver goes, "Everyone get off. Everyone get off. Everyone's fuming. You're the last to get off. You look behind you. Putin's there on the bus,
solo.
Then you see to your right a machete.
Right.
Putin's on his own, he's solo. What do you do?
Yeah,
and also you haven't had sex in 3 years.
Okay. I'd kill him every time. But
how you'd go up and shank him?
Well, this all depends. Because look, if it's like
Tom, please.
Putin has come to the UK and he's about to stand trial for his war crimes. I'm not going to. He's not
come to the UK.
The judicial system will do it. But if it's right now and it ends the war, it ends the war tonight. It's like the film Inglourious Bastards. If you cut this deal, if I do it, yeah. At this point, I think.
Okay, let's say that he's not. For some reason, he's landed in the UK accidentally.
Right. What? Drive got lost.
Drive got lost, and he's got to get his way back to Russia safely.
Okay.
And he's doing it okay, but then you spot him. That's Vladimir Putin. Would you? And he's like, Tom, please, I'm just trying to get back to my country.
Yeah.
And would you run the risk? Would you let him do it and think, someone will probably get him down the line, or would you kill him yourself using a knife?
A knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd have to kill him straight away because you know what? I know me, and I know as soon as we start talking.
And as soon as I see a knife, I got to stab someone.
Yeah. As soon as we get talking, we're going to end up in a sort of Stockholm syndrome situation. And then before we know it, I'm driving him back to Russia myself. Yeah. Okay, we've got a buddy cop kind of scenario going on where it's me and Putin in the car.
You realise he's okay.
He's okay.
He hates the West even more.
Oh, yeah, and he'll make the trains run. And then I'm like, by the time I get to Russia, I've joined the Kremlin. He's giving me Gazprom. He's handing it over.
He's drinking a glass of Gazprom.
Yeah.
You know, Tom, in Moscow we have very efficient subway system. You could be head of the system.
It would make me very happy.
Commissar of systems of software.
Oh, it would make me so happy.
You'd kill him. Okay, fair enough. Well, well done you. I don't know if I could.
I think with a gun though.
Not a gun now. Knife.
No, I know. I'm saying with a gun, that's easier. That's a bullet. You know that will kill him. But with a knife, he's trained. You're not trained.
He's 70 though.
Yeah, but he does fight bears.
Yeah, but if you went with a
fight
knife, I
bears.
feel like he'd overpower you.
Teddy bears.
Yeah, I fight bears at Vauxhall on a Saturday.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you've got the knife though. You've got the knife.
Yeah, but
Well,
he
you're
could-
young,
he could
Phoebe.
eas- he could
Phoebe, look at the
easily,
size of your Adam's apple. You're gonna fuck him up, mate.
But like, he'll be like, and he's like,
No, he's
legs
not-
are in the air.
he's a judo
arms
master.
are in the
He's
air.
judo-
70 years old.
Judo master.
You think you couldn't take Putin with a knife
Right, what it's
Nah,
got to come down
nah.
to, okay,
on
what,
the bus?
No,
70.
I'm not sure about it. Unless
Yeah.
he's in one of those awkward seats on the bus that it's like really difficult to get out of, and you can just like
all I'm saying is if it came down to world leaders and they all had to fight, Putin's going to be able to take on a lot.
100%.
He'd fuck up
Have
Biden.
you seen
Biden's a million years old.
Biden's
a goner.
Biden's not
Boris
making
is not.
it.
Boris have a heart attack.
Biden's not making it to the. He's getting killed by the wind
Yeah.
on the way. Boris Johnson, have you seen him rugby tackle that kid?
I have, but I'm telling you, Putin is a skilled judo master. I'm trying to think of any leader who could possibly. Trudeau is the only one I think who could possibly give him a fight.
Biden's getting so fucked.
Right.
So early doors. Zelensky, bruv, he's a young man.
Yeah, okay, obviously he's Zelensky, but I'm just. If
And
it was
he's got the history. He wants it more.
If it was
Putin is 70 years old. You think you couldn't take Putin with a knife? Phoebe, you genuinely think if you were holding a knife, you couldn't take Vladimir Putin?
I could try, but I don't.
You one stab to a 70-year-old.
Mate,
But it's not
gonna
one
be
stab
harder
to
than you
kill
think.
anyway.
No, but he's already hurt. Then you've
He's going to psych
seriously
you
injured.
out. He's going to psych you out.
Yeah.
You think you can take me, Mr. Elwes?
Yeah, he's going to rip. First of all, it's ripping off a shirt
Yeah, of course.
straight away.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
he's letting you see the business.
Gazprom logo.
Yeah. Relax, yeah. And then he's gonna get his. I don't know. He's gonna psych you out. He's getting big and angry, and he's possibly doing some kind of calls, some bear calls. I imagine, just like right. And then you're gonna just go in, and then you're gonna have to run up to that guy and try and stab him before he grabs you, gets you in a headlock, chokes you out.
70. You could get out of that headlock. 70. You know how fucking old 70 is, mate. He is so old.
Yeah, I know he's old, but I'm saying he's not. It won't be a walk in the park.
I could take
If it
you
were-
in
if
with
it
just
were-
my fists.
If it was me and Biden, okay, obviously,
Biden, you
mate,
could
I'll just
cough.
blow on him.
Yeah, yeah. But I could take Putin with my fists.
You think?
Yeah.
I
But I
don't know.
did study taijutsu for 12 years.
So, okay.
Master. This week's going to be a shorter episode, unfortunately, guys, but we do have just a response to last week's Agony Uncle. We're going to have to miss this section this time, but we do have a response. Sorry, I am indeed American, and I'm guessing it's not called yard work in the UK.
Oh yes. Quickly refresh the listeners.
So, if you didn't know, this Agony Uncle last week was their friend had been dating someone for 3 months, and he wasn't helping out around the house with cooking, cleaning, or yard work, and she wanted to dump him, but then she was the person who messaged us was saying, well, do we think that's too quick? She always does this. Are supposed to help, and we basically spent about 7 minutes taking the piss out of yard work. So that's what that was. Sorry again. Sorry, I am indeed American. I'm guessing it's not called yard work in the UK. Anyway, thanks for the advice. She did break up with him in the end.
Okay.
Not for the yard work, but actually because he was doing coke in her bathroom. Whoops.
Okay, fair enough. Fair play.
Didn't
I
know
take
you-
back what I said. You should have put that information in before. Before we had a go at you about yard work. I would have been like, fair enough. He's obviously a dickhead.
Didn't know you were dating her, Tom. So then we're going to move on to our final section, Fail Mail. This is a regular section we have where you send in your fails related to a specific topic of the week. And this week we asked, who was the weirdest, worst or funniest teacher you had and why? So I'm going to go straight to the ones from the official ADIF account at ADIFpod on Instagram. If you message us on there to read out something, we'll probably read it out because we've got no other material anyway. So thank you very much to everyone who messaged in. We'll start with the people who messaged in ADIFpod. My middle school maths teacher was married to a Japanese woman and bought into the ways of a samurai a bit too hard. He practiced a number of martial arts and used to throw board pens like ninja stars at kids messing around in his class. One time he hit my best mate square in the forehead. He started crying. I still give him shit for it to this day, which is great. My Latin teacher was so old, he fell asleep in our common entrance exam whilst adjudicating. Everyone started cheating, me included, so I'd hold him personally responsible for not failing Latin. So, you know, in a way, you've done your job as a teacher. And I've got a couple others here. I had a history teacher who just made up a new essay structure that wasn't valid in the exam. Don't put your books away, kids. I've got this. Everyone gets a D. Class lead who always forgot to bring the attendance book so we could go to the pub instead.
Wow.
That's lovely. Fair play to them. Tom, you got any
weird?
So
I had someone
teachers?
turn in. This is a friend of mine who actually went to my school a couple of years below me. Was taught AQA for the entire year, only to open the exam to realise we'd actually meant to do Excel.
That is absolutely horrendous.
That is apparently the teacher got fired as well.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. To be fair, any more?
Yes, I've got my teachers. He shagged 2 of them. Great.
They shagged 2 of their teachers.
Yeah, he shagged 2 of his teachers. Apparently,
mate,
could just be lying.
Chatting shit. Who was that who came on first?
My college English teacher being in the same pub as my 21st birthday party.
That's fun though. I rate that.
Yeah.
Well, unless they were planning that.
Yeah.
Mate, that's so funny. The one before as well. Yeah, I had a bit of a weird teacher. She kept giving me a blowjob every time I turned up to class.
Annoying.
Trying to learn geography, miss. A maths/physics teacher who always said, "Calm down, Maria. They're not your children." I'm not sure what that's a reference to. My science teacher had giant pet snails. Weird, but fair. But I suppose science, yeah. But that's just very like that teacher's definitely having a breakthrough and taking you back in time. My Latin teacher was scared of everything, including a rational fear we would stab her.
What kind of school did you go to?
Yeah, should have taught Phoebe and Tom. Apparently they can't stab anyone. Yeah. She ate a formal dehydrated starfish, jumped off her parents' roof with a lawn chair, and stuck a metal fork in the fax machine. Also, her husband bit her finger off by accident. I mean, that is just too fucking much. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. That's like someone going through some serious shit.
Mate, these people have been taught some crazy people. How about this one? Not my teacher, but my friend's PE teacher got caught selling guns. Apparently had his note on his phone saying sell and then that pistols emoji, the water pistol emoji for $. Anyway, he got fired. Yeah. Hello, we're in the building.
English teacher kept a hip flask in his desk, was constantly swigging it throughout the day.
Mate, but he's like grown up on Dead Poets Society and thinks he's some cool maverick when actually he's just an alcoholic person around kids.
Guys, we're not even doing class today. Everyone stand on your chest. Stand on your chest.
This is real. Takes the whiskey glass. Everyone's like, I think we're supposed to be reading on Mice and Men.
They leave you in the end.
Exactly, yeah. And what do women represent, children? That's right. Pain. Lies. I went to art school for my bachelor's. Oh, wait, hang on. And they've said this box isn't big enough for me to type, so I'm going to have to check that out. I just found out this is from not friend of the show, Lottie, the famous Bake Off star. Anyone who's been on this show is not friends with us anymore. I just found out because
we love you, Lottie.
Yeah, we love you, Lottie. No, genuinely love you. Just found out my creep of a deputy headmaster has been done for child porn images.
Yeah. I had a head who got done for not doing nice things to kids.
Fucking grim.
Yeah.
That's your uncle. World history teacher. He'd dress up as Greek, Roman, Buddhist, etc. to match the topic of the lesson. Which I think is sort of.
I mean, it's cool if you're 5, but like if you're like 18, he's coming and like.
It's sort of nice, but when he's like, I'm sure it's a white guy. When he's in a sari with the red dot on his forehead, you just think, maybe.
He's coming in full Kenyan garb.
Yeah, exactly. Jumping up.
Yeah, doing tribal.
Maybe it's like, okay, Mr. Hammond.
Yeah.
They had anger issues, picked up a table and slammed it on the floor when someone asked to open a window.
Wow.
That person should not be teaching. Maths teacher, ... climbed into the dustbin out of frustration. You kids are... You know what? You could fucking... into the bin I go.
Yeah.
English teacher was an old lady, took naps during class, literally announcing it to us.
Geography teacher, someone farted in the room. Everyone was laughing. Geography teacher turned around in frustration and just screamed, "It was me, grow up."
Why relax, it's kids, man. You farted. Farts are funny. Farts are funny around adults. Mrs. McCarthy at primary school in the 80s, she used to take her prosthetic arm off to hit kids.
Great. Fucking great.
Get the ones in the back.
Yeah. Say, throw it. Throw it.
It's like a boomerang.
Now pass it back. Yeah. Pass it back.
Yeah. Where's my arm, kids? Stephen.
Yeah.
Stephen's there like jacking off with it. Food tech teacher. He was the grumpiest, most unprofessional piece of shit. And the rumour was they couldn't fire him because they wouldn't find another food tech teacher. Well,
yeah.
Teacher made us look for lice on her head and give her back massages during class.
What?
That's not on.
What?
That's not on.
That's disgusting.
And then I think I have one or two more. My Latin teacher, during the exam, he would take out his newspaper. They had two very obvious holes poked right in the middle. And then would pretend to read it.
Oh, classic gag then. That's classic.
We never knew if he had a strange sense of humour or actually thought he was being slick. So there you go. I'm trying to find this other.
Have you got any? I don't necessarily. My worst, not really teaching experience, but definitely school bus driver experience.
Oh yeah.
I had a school bus driver, and he was just stopping off during the bus route to do personal errands for like a year before someone clocked it.
What did you do when he was doing that?
He would just like go into Tesco's and like drop stuff off at people's houses and stuff.
Funny. No, I think that is it. So that is probably it for the podcast.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for listening. As Ali said, you could subscribe to our Patreon at AidofPod on Patreon, and please donate just a small fee every month. We'll get you a bonus episode every Tuesday.
Yes, of course. And do please follow us on the socials. We started posting clips, so at AidofPod, and follow me and Tom at Hollywood's Gigs and at Tom Elwes. Thank you very much to everyone who does follow and who likes and shares our podcast with your friends. We really appreciate it. Also, we've never said it for ages, but if you want to give us 5 stars on iTunes, couldn't hurt. Thank you very much. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Have a wonderful week. Phoebe?
Goodbye.
Goodbye from Phoebe, and take care.
Bye.